Hey guys, welcome back to the happiest hour on earth. So with all the new shows that are going to be coming out on Disney Plus that are in works right now, we kind of started brainstorming and thought it would be a fun night to kind of discuss some ideas that we came up with. So we have a little list here and we're super excited for you guys to hear. So let's get started.
So, like Emily said, we're going to be talking about what Disney and Pixar movies we think could be turned into a series. They're already doing this with a couple of movies that we already know and love, and they're turning them into a series. And so we were like, what other ones could we actually see being turned into a series? Which ones would we actually want to see? And, you know, there's a lot that we would just want them to just leave alone and just keep it with the classics and just end it there. But before we jump into this topic, we wanted to make a drink for St. Patty's Day because by next Friday, it will have already passed. So tonight we made the Leaping Leprechaun from Rose and Crown in Epcot at the UK Pavilion. And this thing looks very green. Looks very delicious. We
can't get pinched while we're
drinking it. I know. Yeah, I don't have anything green on it.
Yeah.
We're still a couple days away.
Yeah.
So we're still good. But, this we did not actually try in the park. So we're not sure if it's going to taste like exactly like it. But
it's pretty crazy. There's a couple different alcohols in this.
Yeah. We're going to have to water up a little bit tonight so that we don't have a nice big old hangover for Wednesday since we filmed this on Tuesday. But, I think I'm ready to jump in.
Yeah. I think let's just give it a shot. I'm ready.
Well, I'm very surprised with there's a lot of the clear alcohol, and then there's Jameson randomly thrown in there. Well, not random. It's Irish. And then there's Midori, and I'm like, how's Jameson gonna blend with all these? But let's go for it.
Might be really good. We'll see.
Let's do it.
Cheers. Oh wow. That's pretty good.
That is really good.
I don't taste
three
different types of alcohol in there for sure.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's 3 different types of alcohol, and then the Midori too.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes
actually better
really
than I expected it would be. Yeah.
This reminds me of like a Long Island or something.
Yeah.
You know where there's like different types of alcohol in there, and you drink it, and all you taste is
you
don't taste the alcohol.
It's like they cancel each other out or something. Mm-hmm. It's like the more there are, like the less you taste them or something.
Yeah. The
so
Sprite
weird.
really masks it.
Yeah.
Masks the alcohol.
Yeah, the carbonation definitely kind of takes the attention when you sip it. But it's actually good. So
this is one that I feel like I could have a couple of these and then I would really regret it later.
Yeah.
Like if I would definitely have a huge headache.
Yes, for sure. One is going to be enough. Definitely. Because it's a lot of different alcohols and sugar.
This is refreshing though.
Yeah.
I'm like next time I drink around the world, I might have to stop by Rose and Crown and get this. This is pretty
good. I like it too. Happy St. Patty's Day, guys.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Yes. So I guess jumping into this, we're going to talk about the Disney and Pixar movies that are already getting turned into shows. So the ones that are in production. And I guess I could start.
I'm excited for some of these.
I want to save number 2 for you because, it's magical. But so I'll start. So the first one, and this is not by date of, release. This is just kind of out of order. But the first one, we have Disney live action adventure, National Treasure. And doing a series on this, I think I'm not sure if this is going to follow what is their family name again?
Oh gosh. Wow.
I know. I feel bad. I feel like I'm letting Nick Cage
seen
down.
That movie. I should remember this.
Something family.
Yeah, it's like on the tip of my tongue.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna bug me if I don't. Well, no, I feel like I can't search that in like a second. So, anyways, Nick Cage's family. He's not gonna be in it. Although a cameo of Nick Cage.
He's not gonna be in it.
I don't think so. So there
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That just kind of ruins it. It's like, how can you have National Treasure with no Nicolas Cage? What the?
Oh yeah. So I think they're like.
It's like kids.
Yeah. So I think they're like kids. Maybe one of them is like.
His kid, and there's something new, and they're like, that would make sense.
Gotta figure it out. Okay, the name, the Franklin.
No.
Oh, Gates. His name is Benjamin Franklin Gates. Yes, that's right. The Gates family. Yes. those movies are so. I mean, especially number one, so good. So I'm curious to see what this series will do. It'd be cool if it was like his kid and he has to find something. I feel like
it would
sometimes
make
when they
sense if
use
it was like
kids,
that.
it could either be really good or really corny. Now, if they kind of go like a Stranger Things route, obviously it's not going to be set in the 80s, but just kind of like that Goonies type feel. Oh, they do like a Goonies feel National
They're
Treasure?
not. I don't think they'll do that because that would be
No, not
too
like
different
80s,
from the first ones.
Yeah,
those
I
were
mean-
just very adventure-y.
I know, but I think you could still have something under the same National Treasure umbrella, but still have it. I just like that whole like Goonies, like the kids' adventure kind of thing,
Yeah.
while still kind of being a blend of the National Treasure as well. But I don't want to see kids getting chased down by like government officials and
I
being
don't
shot at. So
either.
I doubt it'll be like that.
They'll have to blend it somehow to make it not quite like that.
Yeah.
But still adventurous.
For sure. Do you wanna give the
The
sprinkle
next
a little magic here?
one we're going to be talking about is the Santa Claus. They're making a show about the Santa Claus, and Tim Allen is actually going to be in it, which makes me so happy.
Yeah, and his wife is in it too.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Wait,
good.
his real wife? Or
No,
the one
his,
in
like the one in.
I was
in
like,
Santa Claus.
what? Like, that doesn't make sense. So this is going to be basically about Santa Claus growing a little bit older and realizing, like, I can't do this forever, and kind of coming to grips with someone else is going to have to become Santa Claus. And so he has to, like, I guess, pick someone that he thinks is capable of it or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's going to be lots of other stuff, but I think that's the main premise.
Yeah, I think it said when we looked at it, it's like he wants to spend the last, not days of his life. That sounds weird. The last,
As
he
Santa.
wants to retire. He wants to retire and be with his family and not, work. He wants to retire.
Like, have a normal life for his
Exactly.
kids who are grown up at this point or something.
Yeah. I wonder how that's going to, does he fake fall and then that person reads the card?
No,
and it
because
has
then
to
he
be
would, like,
Santa?
die.
No, but like he like fakes the whole Santa. Like he
No.
gets out of the suit just like in the first one.
No.
I don't know, or does he just say you're gonna be a good Santa and then he picks him? But
I don't know.
actually, the interesting thing that we were discussing last night is I could totally see this being a series, bridging the gap because when they reboot a movie
And
and
everyone's
it's
just
terrible
like,
because they're like new
"Don't."
actors and you're like, no, Tim Allen is the best. Like, I don't want to see anything different. But maybe this is their way of having a bridging series with the original actor, finding a new Santa Claus, and then doing a
like a passing
quote
of the
unquote,
torch.
yeah, passing of the torch, like a sequel reboot.
Yeah.
I could see that happening, and I'm
I
like,
think
that's a
so.
smart way to do that because I hate when they
Because
just
why else
reboot
would they
without
have
anything.
created a show? Like, I feel like it was kind of random to even be like, hey, let's bring Santa Claus back in show form, like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
There must be some like behind the scenes stuff going on with movies. in the
exactly,
future.
and I like
We'll
that
see.
idea.
Yeah.
I
I think
that'd
it's a
be
good
really
way
cool.
to do it if they're going to.
For sure. So next up we have Baymax, which is obviously based on Big Hero 6. And so everyone knows and loves Baymax, right? He is just the sweetest robot nurse ever. And speaking of nursing, this show is going to be about his adventures away from the Big Hero 6 team as a nurse around San Francisco. So this is going to be fun. It'll just be, I think, like an uplifting, easy watching comedy show. And I think that's great. I think we need a mix of, especially with all the Star Wars and Marvel stuff, something that's just easygoing with a lovable character. And I think that's going to be pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a fun one. So next up on the list, we have Cars on the Road, which sounds like it's going to be really cute. I love Cars. This is going to be basically about a road trip that Lightning and Mater are taking, and that's basically all I know.
Yeah.
I don't know like where they're headed. I don't really know anything,
just like,
but
"Let's go."
it's going to be a fun adventure because those two are hilarious together, and I love their characters. So I'm really excited to see what they do with that show.
I'm really excited too because our son loves Cars, and we haven't even watched the full movie with him. I don't think.
I'm gonna try again soon. We tried like a couple months ago, and he like loved the beginning scene with the first race and stuff, and then he was really little, and he would just kind of get bored and stop watching. But I want to try again because I think he would love it. He's all into Cars right now.
Yeah, and we read a lot of the Cars books to him on those like 5-minute stories, and he loves them. So that'll be really fun. And the cool thing is that they're road tripping across the country. So I'm sure we'll see a lot of cool like historical, like national sites or whatever. And so that'll be really, really cool to see.
I think it's going to be cute. And obviously
Owen Wilson and Larry King.
I was just going to say, it has to be the real voices, right?
That'd be
I'm excited.
If it wasn't. Yeah.
I was never like the hugest Cars fan until Cars Land happened. And now I'm like a huge Cars fan. It just totally made me appreciate it.
It's so good.
It is.
So next up we have Tiana. And so this is going to be coming out in 2020. So I guess next year. And this is life as the newly crowned Princess of Moldonia. Now, this will be interesting because I don't know if because she built her restaurant there too, right? I wonder if they'll kind of talk about the struggles of like her wanting to run a restaurant in New Orleans, and then also has to do some things in Moldonia. Will she like move her restaurant over there? I don't know, but it is going to be a musical, and that'll be really fun to see. I mean, I've been wanting more Tiana ever since that movie. That movie is so good. And I don't know if I wanted necessarily a sequel to the movie because it was just perfect how it is, but a show, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think a show is going to be really fun. Just kind of a spin-off. And you know what? It comes out next year.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to kind of align it to the ride.
Oh, that would be awesome.
There hasn't been any talk about when it's going to shut down for that refurb, but it could be around the same time
that would be cool.
Starts the
show,
the ride opens.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Okay, I would be so for that.
Just for all the hype to be kind of for each of them.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see.
Cool.
Next up, we have Moana, which is coming out in 2024, so it's not for a little bit, but I'm so stoked because I love Moana, and I think a show based on that would be so fun. So I'm excited. It's just going to be kind of more adventures that Moana's going on. I don't know. It's going to be probably wayfaring some more with Maui and Pua. And I'm excited to see what adventure she embarks on.
We always need more Moana. I love it. So there's going to be a Zootopia short. Not a short, but like just I guess if you've seen those like up shorts with Doug, it's gonna be like little tiny shorts for Zootopia, which will be fun. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited that they're like doing some series, some like shorts, just something that we get some
like
Disney
kind of
content
a few
with.
things here and there. I think that's a good idea.
For sure.
Last we had on here was Beauty and the Beast prequel. There was going to be a show on that, and apparently it's been paused indefinitely. I'm not sure why, but we just looked into it last night because we were like, we haven't heard anything about that. It was going to be about like Gaston and LeFou, I guess. And now it's just kind of not happening, I guess.
I know.
For now, maybe it'll come back.
Their chemistry, they're
I know. I was pretty excited about that because they like in the movie, the live action movie, they were so good together. It would have been funny to see what they did, but
definitely.
Well, maybe another time.
So next, we are going to talk about some of our ideas as we were trying to figure out what we wanted to see. We went through just a list of all the Disney movies, and we didn't just want to pick a random one and just come up with an idea. We kind of picked some things that we actually thought could work. And so we're going to start with our Disney ideas. And this first one's a little odd, but I didn't want to do a Disney list without talking about a classic animated movie. And so the only one that I really thought could work, or that we really thought could work, would be Robin Hood. It'd be cool to see animators kind of test their hand at like that classic animation style. Like we've gone to CGI. Even the 2D animation has come so far, but to try to get that like classic,
into, like
almost
some
like
of
a
that
muted colors compared to what it is now, the vibrant, whatever.
Yeah, I would love that because I love so much the old animation. I mean, what we have now obviously is incredible, but there's just something about that old school animation
brings all the nostalgia
that I just love. And honestly, I would love to get some recognition for some of, like, you know, if it was Robin Hood, for an old classic movie for the young kids now, like with new fun adventures, but gives them an appreciation for the old classic, you know?
Yeah. And that, I mean, like a lot of the ones we were looking at back then, you know, the princess ones, I wouldn't want to cheapen those movies. But with Robin Hood, I feel like you could do, other adventures that he goes on.
Yeah.
That way it's not just like a continuation of his story in the castle or something like that. Like it's actually his different types of ways he's helping the poor and the needy and helping. And I feel like that could actually work as a show. But the other classics seemed a little too touchy to turn into like a multi-episode show.
I agree. I think Robin Hood would be a good choice for that if they were going to.
For sure.
Honestly, what Chris was mentioning about the books that we read to our son, there's like these like 5-minute Disney and Pixar storybooks that we have. It's like one big fat book with all different stories from the different movies and things. And like for a lot of this, that's kind of where I like sparked my ideas from, because it's honestly just little like offshoot stories of each of those movies and characters, and it just kind of gets you thinking like, oh man, they could do so many other things with some of these movies. And so Robin Hood is one of them, and I was thinking, oh yeah, that would be so fun to see some more adventures that he goes on with Maid Marian and Little John.
That'd be so fun. I love it.
We'll see. I think they should pick that up
for sure.
Next up we have Emperor's New Groove. I think there are a lot of Emperor's New Groove fans that would love to see a show happen. And apparently,
90 babies.
We grew up on it. But there was apparently a show already called Emperor's New School. And I guess, I mean, I don't imagine that it lasted long, because I don't even remember hearing about it.
2 seasons, but it was on the Disney Channel. I mean, I'm thinking about like Proud Family just came back, and they, you know, same animation style, but they took something that was older. That was just a show, it wasn't a movie, but they can take old shows and maybe not do this whole like new school thing or whatever, but could do a show on it.
And so we were trying to brainstorm ideas of what it would be about, and we just thought it would be fun, because where it left off in the movie was like they were kind of neighbors on that hill where Pacha had lived, and it was just kind of like a big party. So I just think it would be fun to start off from there, and then maybe have like a new villain, like a neighboring kingdom or whatever that's threatening them in some new way, and they have to go on a new adventure to take them down or something. I don't know. Sounds kind of fun to me.
That'd be awesome.
And also, I feel like you can't really do it without bringing Yzma back. I don't know if she died or if she just like fell and you were left to assume that she died.
Or didn't she get... Yeah, because she fell
as a kitten.
She came back up and hit her head on the...
and then is that where it ended?
I think you don't see her again. No. It ended with her being in the squirrel club. Like the scouts.
Cat.
As a cat.
Right.
So
she
she's still
did not die. That's right. Okay.
Oh, yeah, squeaking. Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh.
So I feel like Yzma and Kronk would have to be in it if there was going to be a show. Like you couldn't do it without them.
Maybe they team up with
maybe
Yzma.
they're good now.
They team up with Yzma and try to see the mind behind like the villainy, and she helps them take down. Okay.
I like that. Okay, that sounds fun.
That'd be fun. I love the whole I think Eartha Kitt is dead.
That's really sad.
But
I bet they
I love the whole like
voice,
a villain, and then they're teaming up with the good guys.
I know.
Like after a little bit.
I think that would be fun.
I like that. So next up we have Frozen, and I think this is just like such a clear answer for Disney to do. Yes, we had the Olaf, his little shorts or whatever,
which were really cute.
Which were really good. Yeah, we had that one, but then we had some other like short films too, right? Like the Spring Fever, the Olaf's Frozen Adventure, all that stuff. So good. But a series?
Like, how have they not created a series yet?
That's a moneymaker.
How popular Frozen is with the kids.
Yeah.
That show would do really well.
It would, yeah. And so it could follow just the adventures of Anna finally being queen of Arendelle. And she's, kind of this ditzy kind of, is that the right word? I don't know.
Yeah.
But she's just, a little more.
Airhead. A little bit airheaded.
And so is Kristoff. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's hysterical. So those two running the kingdom, but they're just so sweet too, So like they love their people, but they just they want the best for their country. But that would be so awesome. And then also Elsa with the Northaldrin people after Frozen 2, and just her living her best life with those amazing people, and then also like the nature stuff. Nature, I don't know.
Nature stuff.
I don't know how to break it down. But
yeah, there
that
would be new.
awesome.
I'm sure there
That'd
would be
so
some
cool.
new fun adventures thrown in, some new things that they have to figure out and adventure for.
Yeah, I'm sure there could be and then just seeing them come together and hang out and stuff like that, and then it could get to like a new threat that they have to solve together as Northaldra and Arendelle. That'd be cool. I'm for it. Let's do it.
Me too. And of course, Olaf would be a part of it. Can't leave him out. It would be a fun time.
Yeah,
I think they need to do that. So the last one that we had was kind of a fun idea. I don't know if they would do it because I don't know who would necessarily be on board. But we were thinking a Princess Diaries show would be really fun.
Yes.
I am a huge Princess Diaries fan, so I would love to see that personally. And I know that there's a lot of other people who would as well. So I guess it would just kind of follow Mia's journey as queen and kind of new stuff coming up for her, the castle, and I guess she probably ended up marrying, oh gosh, how did I just forget what's his name? Yeah, how did I just blank on his name in that movie? I've seen it so many times.
Let's see. Nicholas, yeah, Nicholas.
Yeah. So yeah, I believe she and Nicholas probably ended up getting married. So that would make him also king.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, maybe they're having a baby. I don't know.
Oh, and then that's
that would be the new princess.
That'd be the new princess.
Princess Diaries. Well, if it was a girl, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Or it could be little boy.
Prince Diaries.
Prince Diaries. Oh, they could start a whole new thing.
Prince Diaries. Oh yeah, just like Boy Meets World to Girl Meets World. Prince Diaries. And
that is a great idea.
That's so good. And they're older, like everyone is now. And
it would make sense.
It would make sense that they have a little kid. Come on. Awesome. Anne Hathaway.
I love that.
Anne Hathaway.
Can I actually say the Princess Diaries idea was Chris's? Okay. He did think of it. Sense. That part just now was my idea. But
hey, you knew you were like the biggest princess.
I was. I know. I thank you for thinking of that because I probably wouldn't have even thought of it. And I'm super down.
Julie Andrews is still alive.
Of course she is. I'm gonna bawl my eyes out the day that changes. But if they could get Julie Andrews and Anne Hathaway and Chris Pine back for a show, even if it was just like a one season show, and then maybe led into something else for the kid, or a new movie for the kid at some point, I think that would be super cool.
My thing is Disney knows how to market things, and they are targeting the 90s babies right now.
They are. And then
like,
the 90s babies kids that are all popping out now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so many things that they're creating, like Proud Family, like you mentioned earlier. A lot of different shows that they're doing. A lot of movies are kind of based on things that we grew up, with in the 90s. I think even Turning Red almost has that like 90s feel to it. By the way, we're filming this before it comes out, so I don't really know. But the whole boy band thing, and like I think she has a Tamagotchi or something too. So a lot of the 90s kind of vibes, right? And so I think that would be so awesome if they did that.
I do too. I think that's a great idea, and I think a lot of people would be so happy if that happened.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so with that, we're going to move on to Pixar. And by the way, we're not talking about Star Wars or Marvel tonight just because there's already some killer shows coming out. And
can't add too much to it, honestly. They're
doing a great job. Yeah, for sure. So with Pixar, The first one that we came up with was Incredibles. I mean, how awesome. Number 1 and 2, stellar movies. So, so good. And imagine an action-packed Pixar series.
I
Now,
would
this
love
could be
it.
like different missions, and every season might have like a different big bad that they're trying to figure out who it is, and they're trying to strategize on how they're going to, take that person down. Maybe even every season, the kids are a little bit older, and we see
Yeah.
Jack older, and Violet and Dash, and then we kind of
feel
see
like
them
there'll
through the
have
ages.
to be-
That'd be cool.
Like, I feel like a show like that, they would have to for sure have other components to the theme than just the action. Like, you would have to follow the kids' lives, and there would have to be like some drama with that.
And that'd be, yeah, because it's also like, how do you deal with, like, for the parents out there, how do you deal with kids that are growing older and like might not even want to be superheroes? Maybe some of them want to have like that job, like there's a lot of different things you could throw out there.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it would have to be a good mix of like some action and adventure for the family, but also like following their personal lives a little bit more too.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that'd be
fun.
awesome.
Get some Edna in there, of course.
Edna, yes.
Frozone.
Frozone. So good. That'd be awesome.
That'd be a fun one.
I'd love it.
Next up, we have Toy Story, because duh.
Yeah, because duh.
I mean, what else
feel
do
it.
I even have to say? Like, why would you not make a Toy Story show? At this point, I mean, yes, there's been 4 movies. I get it. It's been a lot. But a spin-off of Woody and Bo Peep at this point, as we know that they're off, bringing toy joy into kids' lives.
Joy. Yes.
Obviously, that's kind of what this is about now, and I think it would be fun to just kind of see where that takes them and what specific toys they help out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It would be so fun. And I mean, we were chatting about it, and I was like, how can you do that and then not have Buzz and the rest of the gang in there? So I feel like they would have to do that too somehow. Maybe kind of like switch back and forth with the toys. Like, it would be Woody and Bo Peep sometimes, and then Buzz and everyone else at other times. And then we were saying maybe like at the end of the show, they could like meet up, like Woody and Bo somehow end up like
Because
in
they're
the
traveling,
neighborhood.
right?
Yeah, they're kind of all
traveling
over
with
the
all the different
place.
fairs and everything.
So maybe they end up like where Bonnie lives or at Sunnyside.
Yeah.
Or
Or like just in the same city or something, they're at a nearby fair
yeah.
helping those toys, and then are like, oh, this is where they live.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
they get to meet up and like reunite and hang out again or
Sweet.
something. I feel like that would be so good.
Yeah.
Because I do think like it's time probably for the movies to be
I was
done.
just about to say that.
I
yeah.
mean, as much as I adore Toy Story, like more than anything,
3 and 4 were perfect.
Perfect.
endings. Yeah, you're like,
Like,
3. Why are they doing a number 4? And then 4
movie-wise,
was great.
yeah, exactly. Like,
So you're like, don't ruin it.
like, please just end it there. 5 would be way too much.
Although
It's
5
like,
is a nice number.
it is, but in terms of what has happened up to this point, I think we're good. I think it should end, but a nice, fun show,
Sure,
like
yeah.
20-minute episodes or something,
Yeah.
would be so fun.
I'd be
I
all for
would
that.
be so excited if they made a Toy Story show.
Yeah, definitely. So next up, and I think that's probably like one of the best ideas out of this whole list. I mean,
Probably one of them.
Toy Story is so crucial, not only to Pixar but to Disney,
Yeah.
especially to us. I mean, being like millennials.
Growing
And-
up at the
and
same
even for
time that
non-
Andy was growing
Oh
up.
my gosh, yeah. It's just so spectacular. And not even for millennials, but the parents of millennials, I think they would even enjoy Toy Story because, that's what they watched with their kids when they were younger. And so I think they have so much potential with Toy Story. So,
I think so too.
so incredible. But next we're moving on to Finding Nemo, which,
Another favorite.
yeah, another favorite, like another like staple in Pixar, film history. Now this one, I don't know. I could kind of see them doing something with. I could kind of not, but it would be kind of fun doing like a family sitcom kind of like show. Maybe there's an adventure out there. Maybe they have to figure something out, but it could just be funny to do kind of like I feel like Disney series, they haven't really had like a sitcom when it comes to like animation and stuff like that.
And
So,
now there's like so many characters involved. The way that it left off in
yeah.
Finding Dory, you have like Dory's parents now, and you have Bailey and Destiny that have joined the crew, and obviously Crush and Bruce, and there's just like so
Yeah.
many. Now that they're all like living together under the same roof.
Well, I think that like Dory and her parents
maybe
might live like very close by to Marlin and Nemo.
Yeah.
So that's like a fun, interesting dynamic already there.
Yeah.
Which is like perfect for like a sitcom.
But then to have like everyone else too, and everybody's got their own like funny quirkiness.
Yeah.
That would be a fun little animated sitcom.
It'd be like a modern Full House.
Yes.
But under the sea. Right? Because there's like Full House, so many different families and like things like that. I think that'd be pretty funny.
I think it would too.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Inside Out. I think that would be such a good storyline to spring off of. It could kind of follow Riley as she gets older. I don't know, like what, like we were talking, I was like, depends kind of with this one what like target audience you're going for, because if we make Riley be like a teenager, like 15 or 16, that could work for like kind of that age group. But if she's like older, grown up, you know, that kind of changes the dynamic. So
yeah,
I don't know exactly where we would go with that. I think it could be really good either way, just kind of watching all the emotions that shift and change as you become an adult, and just seeing how, you know, her life changes in that time. Yeah. I don't know.
I think it would be cool to do kind of what they did in like a certain scene of Inside Out, where you see like inside the mother's brain, inside the father's brain, all this stuff. But maybe she's like at the turning point of just leaving high school and trying to go to college and stuff like that, because that could also technically resonate with people who are in junior high going into high school, right? A new big switch. But maybe we could have some other characters in the show too. Like maybe she could have a cousin that just moves to San Francisco recently too. Maybe she's a little bit younger, so you could like capture inside her brain of what she's going through. Have Riley, who, you know, is making a big change from high school to college, but also trying to find like work at the time. But then maybe we see inside of her parents' minds as well, dealing with a kid who is now technically, you know, an adult. And that could also target that demographic too, of like people who are trying to figure out like, wow, like I can't believe my little baby is like now off to college. And so I think it could be very, if it's done with a lot of care, could be really incredible.
Good.
Yeah.
And we kind of got inspiration for that idea based on the Spark short.
I think it's Spark short.
I think it's Spark short called 20 something, which we've talked about in other podcast episodes before, but it's really good at just kind of explaining like how your mind works once you're an adult, and how you still like are trying to come to grips with it yourself, and you still feel like a kid sometimes. Yeah. So we kind of had the idea for this Inside Out spinoff on that. Yeah. Because it's just funny to think about Riley from childhood to teenagehood to adulthood, and like how that works. So yeah. I think that would be a great show.
That'd be great. I feel like we should have ended the list here because that's just like such a good list. But we did have one more random afterthought that isn't really ending on like the strongest note, but I feel like it could be fun. I think doing a series of Ratatouille would be actually pretty fun, seeing like the day-to-day of like running a restaurant as a rat. Yeah. But maybe like a little tension.
A new restaurant or something.
Yeah, maybe opening a new restaurant. Maybe someone finds out that he is
a rat.
Like the rat is the chef, and they pretty much have to go back and forth like, what do we do? And then they just say, hey, like, I am the chef. I don't know. Like they could do some sort of thing. I feel like with Ratatouille, it would just be nice to see that world again on screen, because like the music is so beautiful in that movie. The scenery in Paris is just so great.
It's so good.
And so, I don't know. I feel like they could do something there. And there's also like so many other Disney films, Disney live actions that we haven't talked. I was thinking as I was going through Disney, I was thinking like Atlantis could be a really cool series, but I'm like, I don't know. There's a almost like a cult following of Atlantis. You know, these people that grew up with it, and same with Treasure Planet. And those shows would be really cool. I'm not sure if Disney would go that route because I don't know if it would be as like profitable for them. It'd be a little more niche, but there's so many cool ideas that, you know, we could really flesh out. And so if you guys have any ideas, something that you would love, a movie that you love and you would love to see more of it, and you would love to see if it turned into a series, whether that's Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, whatever it is, let us know. Find us on Instagram at The Happiest Hour on Earth. DM us. We reply to everyone. Just let us know your thoughts and we can just chat about them. I think that's the best part about having this page, is just hearing people's ideas.
Yeah, getting to talk about all these things that we love and would love to see is so fun in that community.
Yeah, so great. So with that, we just want to thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. Next week is our 1-year anniversary of The Happiest Hour on Earth. Cannot believe it.
So crazy.
We'll have a special episode next week, and then we have another special episode the week following where we're going to be talking to a Disney business. I feel like I can say that now. So that's going to be a really, really exciting episode. We cannot wait to have this person on.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be an exciting one for sure. Keep your eyes out on that.
Yeah, for sure. And so with that, we thank you again, and we will see you guys next week. Have a great one.
We'll see you guys. Bye.